Welcome to the Earth Science Classroom. We're in the Plate Tectonics series. I'm looking at Continental Drift and Wegener's 5 bits of evidence. And we have this lovely hand-drawn map. You couldn't tell. We have the 5 bits of evidence. And the first bit was the puzzle fit. And as you can see, the puzzle fit is pretty much this area right here and this area right here. Fitting together very nicely, and we discussed that it was the continental shelves at 900 meters depth that was a great fit between the two continents. Then we had the fossils, Mesosaurus and Glossopteris plant, and those were in this area. Or the Mesosaurus was this area here in southern South America, and also in Africa here. So put the blue box right there and purple box for the puzzle fit. Okay, so the other fossil, all right, so the other fossil was let's do a lighter blue, all right, was the plant fossil, and that was found all over Gondwana, which was the whole of Africa, South America, parts of Italy, India, and country of Australia, or Australasia as the continent, and obviously Antarctica as well down here. So you had this huge mass where these 5 main continents were again connected to Antarctica, like that. Now, the third one was the rock ages. Rock ages and the geology. All right, and I'll do green for this one here. Okay, and he looked at the Appalachian Mountains, currently in eastern part of North America. Looked at the St. Caledonian Mountains in Greenland, Iceland, northern Scotland and England, and Norway through here, and also the same age through the Little Atlas in Morocco. And if you fit these together, they create a long chain of mountain ranges called the Central Pangean Mountains. Same age, similar folding, similar orogeny processes, similar thrust areas, similar regional metamorphic or metamorphosized areas, and basically the same composition. So it was formed at the same time, and the only way it could have formed like this range was if it was together. Then the fourth one, final one, we'll do over here, is the glaciers and the ice sheets and the sediments and the deposits. Again, these I will use a different color. I'll use yellow. All right. So these glacial deposits were found in this part of South America, this part of Africa, Central Southern Africa, this part of India, and again in Western Australia. Now, if you've ever been to those places or live in those places currently, you'll know that the climate is generally year-round pretty warm and doesn't really sustain much ice growth or have a temperature that would create a lot of ice unless you're at higher elevations or a freak storm. But generally, over the course of climate or the 30-year average, you're not going to have enough cold days to sustain the kind of ice that would be found also in Antarctica. So the ice in Antarctica at a certain age around the Pangea time of 250 million years ago, this ice found in Antarctica, which we know would support ice growth. Obviously, it's a huge ice sheet over land. They wouldn't necessarily think it's the same for South America, Africa, India, Australia. Yet, Wegener found deposits and sediments and the striations, the scratches on the rock, basically, as the ice moves over it. Again, very convincing, very good scientific evidence that South America, Africa, Indian subcontinent, and Australia were all part of a larger supercontinent, the southern part called Gondwana. And the top part, North America and Eurasia, were part of Laurasia. Okay, so again, this was during Pangaea time, and there was a sea as well over in this area here called the Tetras Sea. And these 5 bits of evidence, or 4, I just include the 2 types of fossils, these evidence pieces support his theory, and obviously was the main part of his book that he published in 1915 called The Origins of Continents and Oceans. So there we have it, guys. The 5 bits of evidence for continental drift from Alfred Wegener, and unfortunately he died in 1930. So he wasn't alive to really see his theory be proved even further with different kinds of techniques and discoveries. All right, thanks a lot for listening. If you like this show channel, more earth science content, teaching, pedagogy and activities and ideas, please subscribe, and there's more to come. Thanks.